my brothers and sisters, let me first thank this Honorable House for the opportunity to appear before you to defend our 2023 appropriation for Ministry of Works. Let me start with the overview of 2022 supplementary appropriation. The sum of 704,789,763,043 naira was appropriated to the then Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to cater for the required funding for critical ongoing projects. This was to facilitate completion of projects as well as emergency repairs of washouts, collapsed bridges, and heavily deteriorated sections of roads on the federal roads as a result of the effects of the 2022 flooding. However, due to the removal of subsidy on petroleum products in May 2023 and the urgent need for government to provide palliatives to assuage the effects of the subsidy removal on Nigerians, the sum of 519,552,822,228 naira was removed from the 2022 appropriation through 2022 supplementary appropriation for the ministry, leaving a balance of 185 billion approximately, consisting of 173 billion approximately for the Federal Ministry of Works and 11 billion for Federal Roads Maintenance Agency. The total sum of 173 billion approximately has been released to the ministry, having a balance of 64 billion. The request for 2023 supplementary budget became necessary to restore some of the funds removed from the 2022 supplementary appropriation in order to enhance project completion and provide emergency repair works on failed sections of the road on the federal capital. The 2023 supplementary budget proposal, the sum of 300 billion is proposed for the Federal Ministry of Works, targeted especially to the highway sectors. This is to create an environment for free flow of traffic on the federal road network to enhance movement, especially as the yearly tourist season is approaching. The breakdown of the proposal is as follows. The ongoing projects, including the ones that the funds were moved in 2022 supplementary appropriation, is proposed to take 197 billion 276,594,011 naira. We have, through the motions of the National Assembly for intervention over a number of emergencies on our roads due to flooding, due to bridges collapse, and also inputs from the federal controllers from the various states of 36 states and FCT. We prepared a total intervention on 260 projects, totaling 217 billion. And we thought we could fund 50% of that project, which should have been 108 billion. Because these are emergency projects, that are just within 1 billion. And it's not something that ought to be stretched. And so we had to manage the envelope by putting 82 with a shortfall of about 26 billion. Because we thought that if we do 50% now, then we should be able to do 50% in 2024 appropriation. It should not be allowed to linger if we need to achieve this. And other further emergency projects or special projects is 20 billion, and that is the 300 billion. Let me use the opportunity to state some of the challenges of Ministry of Works. Mr. Chairman, Deputy Chairman, and other Chairmen and Honorable House of Assembly members, I seek your kind intervention in our road sector. For us in the Ministry of Work, road has a lot to do with economic revolution and to reset the country. Road has the ability to enhance security. If you look at the kidnapping that happened all over the country, most of them happen at the point where the roads have failed. Let me also say that without road, it's difficult, to enhance our agricultural revolution. This is very important. Right now, we have very serious challenges all over the country. The country, Nigeria, the people of this country, they need roads to be done for them. Right now, the economy of our states are in jeopardy because interstate movement is very much, difficult now. Mr. Chairman and honorable members, I traveled from Abuja to Benin and I spent 14 hours on the road, not due to the inability of Minister of Works to do it, but inappropriate funding. Some projects have lasted for 17 years, some have lasted for 20 years. And you see a project that is started with 34 billion being augmented to 154 billion. It's not healthy for the society, it's not healthy to the ears. And anybody who hears that will want to ask questions. And let me also use the opportunity to appeal on the way of appropriation. If you have a project that is going to cost like 20, 30 billion, and we appropriate 200 million, we are just dashing money to the contractor. It's not desirable that such projects should be awarded because it can't even constitute 1%, not to talk about 30% legal mobilization to the project. So it is very important that we pay serious attention on the ongoing projects and see how we can finish it. And let me commend Mr. President, because when he came on board, he put the interests of the nation first. And what did he do? He directed me that all the ongoing projects must be maintained. And let me say that the administration inherited a total of 2,604 projects, totaling 14 billion. And out of this 14 billion, 3-point-something billion, was paid between May and now. And we have some funding due to the tax credit of private sectors, due to the NMPC intervention. And when I resumed, we had a net a deficit of 6 trillion. And some of these ongoing projects are, interwoven with some critical new projects that we want to add. And there's some projects that have been abandoned in the past 20 years. So Mr. President directed that we should bring all of them on board, and that is going to cost, about 11 trillion. So on the whole, to address our road sector for the next 4 years, we'll be needing about 18.6 trillion. And so the National Assembly must have to, wear a thinking cap on how we can address seriously our road sector. Finally, let me also appeal to the National Assembly. For the executive to respect your motion on certain intervention, we must have a contingency fund. When you ask me to go and intervene in certain roads where have collapsed, and I have to liken the situation in Ministry of Works to that of a man that is on life support. The man has needs immediate attention, or a man that was shot and got to the hospital and you ask him to go and get police report. Where there is an emergency, a road is cut off, movement is stopped, and the people are suffering. It needs emergency. And so we appeal to you to give us contingency fund so that we respect your motions, we respect your directives, so that your motions will be of legal effect, because we have a place we can go and draw money from it. And finally, sir, I was very happy when this Honorable House deliberated on the use of asphalt and concrete. I will use just 1 minute to defend our new policy. We have looked at the method of construction, and I want the House...
Can you quickly, because of the...
Yeah, just 1 minute.
Very hot, and we have so many...
Just 1 minute. I would like us to pay more attention on our, project supervision. And in the issue of asphalt and concrete, I want to say something. In asphalt, we have 3 kinds of asphalt pavement. We have the wearing course, we have the binder. Some roads have binders up to 3, like Abuja Kaduna, road. It has binder up to 3 layers. It has macadam. They are all bituminous materials. And then you now have the stone base. The current price of asphalt right now for the binder cost is about 27,000 per square meter. If you do 3 of it, and you do wearing cost, and you do macadam, you'll be getting about 90,000 per meter squared. And if you do concrete grade 40, which will last for 40 years, 40 to 50 years, and it is 350,000, if you multiply it by 0.2, which is the thickness, you'll be getting about 70,000 per meter squared. So I want to tell the House that the concrete pavement we are proposing for most of our roads are much cheaper. They are much cheaper by this analysis. They are longer in terms of durability, and the variation on concrete pavement is of arithmetical progression, while the pavement on our asphalt is of geometric progression. And so I want this Honorable House to assist us, one, on the appropriation, so that not only to appropriate not less than 1.2 trillion in our annual budget, we should be able to work with you to come and think outside the box on how we can fund our road sector. It will help Nigerians. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, honorable members, for the opportunity.
As the chairman of works here, 300 billion, in fact, if I have my way, I'll make it 1 trillion, because we need more than that. And that's why we have to look at ways where we're going to, which to fund our roads in future, not just the appropriation here. We're talking about the Road Bill Trust Fund. It's something we should look at, start a way we can have funds in excess. And you talk about contingency funds to attend to our motions as well. So funds. That's the crux of the matter. And we're going to support you as much as possible, I've told you. The issue about asphalt and concrete, it's not even about whether the committee is saying maybe asphalt is better or concrete is better. There are so many things around it. There are the legal matters. There are the previous contracts that have been awarded, that have been told to convert to asphalt, the guarantee you've told the contractors. There's a lot of things. And we would actually like to engage the ministry regularly on this matter. We are all in the same boat. We have only one aim. We want to make sure by 2027 the roads, the federal roads especially in the country, are in perfect condition. And that's going to be a plus for this government, for the president, for you, Honorable Minister, and for this House. Thank you very much, Mr.